What's up, everybody? This is your man Sambo here, and I figure I'd touch base on a couple of things that have been in guitar news in the past year or two that some people have asked my opinion about, and I figure I should voice it. Now, the Mesa Boogie Mark II C Plus reissue situation, I think it's the smartest thing that Mesa Boogie has ever done. Granted, it is at the behest of Gibson, but at the same time, it's one of the most popular and amazing amps that Mesa Boogie has ever made. That being said, the Mark II C situation, I think they kind of messed that up a little bit because they only put out 200 of them. And when you listen to the recordings that have been made with the Mark II C with Vivian Campbell, James Hetfield, Kirk Hammett, and various other players that have actually played through that amp and recorded some of the most amazing guitar tones in history, that they kind of stepped on their own foot on that one. Because if you only make 200 of them, well, that's only 200 that are out there. So you got 200 of the original ones and 200 of the reissue, from what I understand. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Do your research and, chew my keister in the comments on that. Now, also, they reissued the original rectifier, the production rectifier, and I thought it was awesome because I had an earlier generation myself. I had the Rev G, and I traded my Rev G for a 3-channel, and I regretted it instantly. And the tones you can get out of a earlier 2-channel rectifier are what rectifiers are supposed to sound like. And in all honesty, you can get that new rectifier and just dial in those tones that you always wanted out of a rectifier. That being said, the 3-channel rectifiers, whether they're multi-watt or not, I mean, we could sit here and argue all day which one's better, which one's worse, and what have you. But they are rectifier, and they sound awesome. And one other thing that I wanted to mention is Marshall has been getting into more leisure products, is the best way to say it, I guess. They're getting into like TV sound bars and stuff like that. And one of my buddies that I jam with once in a blue moon, he asked me, he's like, dude, what do you think about that? Because, I mean, Marshall, it should be just amplifiers and cabinets and stuff like that, which I get. But at the same time, you got to remember nowadays, since everybody's switching to modelers, half as many people are playing amps. So these amplifier companies that we love, cherish, and just wish that we had one of them all day long, they have to keep going somehow. So anybody that has any harsh criticisms of Marshall or any of these other guitar amplifier companies that have been kind of delving into Bluetooth speakers and stuff like that, just take it easy on them. Because with the advent of Axe-Fx, Kemper, and stuff like that, these guys are selling half as many amplifiers as they used to. So they got to keep afloat somehow. Agree, disagree, light me up in the comments, give me a like, subscribe, let me know. All right? Talk at you later. Bye.